Hey everybody. Okay, today we're looking at Discovery of the Doom Weaver, first Blade of Callis Doom. It's going to be a first level DCC adventure by Mark Anderson, brought to you by Death Guaranteed Games. This is going to be for DCC. Some pretty cool artwork. Let's see who's the artist on this one. Cover art, Noel Espinoza. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. It's got, these are what they call in the adventure gremlings. So they're not quite undead, but they're obviously corrupted somehow. This is going to be a little bit of a grim, dark kind of adventure. Basically, what's going to be happening is there is a hobgoblin that has been magically corrupted by this sword called the Doom Weaver. And it basically corrupts some villagers. They become these gremlings. People start going missing in town, and you are charged with the task to go kind of see what happens to the missing villagers. Some of them might be your loved ones. Anyways, that's kind of like the basic premise. This would be a good starting point for people who are want to get into DCC, as it's a low-level adventure. Pretty easy to run. The monster stats in this aren't too complex. They don't have any like crazy actions or too much insane stuff that you need to figure out the mechanics of. So you could run this as a one shot, or with a little bit of GM ingenuity. You could rename the locations and basically fold this into your at home game campaign. So let's take a look here. So a little bit of like background information. There's these 6 swords of Callis Doom. One of them are in this adventure, which I guess is setting up the plot hooks for the developers and the publishers, releasing some more content about the swords of Callis Doom. A little bit of background about the big bad Vormish, the hobgoblin, and his gremlings. There's going to be the encounter table of what you're going to be fighting in this adventure. Some rumors and superstitions as you can kind of like sit around in the town waiting, getting ready to head off on the adventure. The so-called mayor will be asking everybody for their help, and you basically, you're through your rumors and superstitions, you're able to offer your help and any information. Fighting a bear. You're going to be fighting some of the gremlings, which are these creatures here. Some obviously low-level stuff. Still has the potential to be deadly, as some of them are going to be doing 1d3 or 1d4 hit points of damage, which is, could be enough to kill a low-level character in one shot if you're unlucky on the dice rolls. You're going to be encountering some animated armor. A giant, it's like a big fat dude who's been corrupted by the evil forces. This is kind of cool here, like setting up for like the final battle. I like this art here, this like black and white hand-drawn art where you're fighting Vormish, the hobgoblin, and there's this like smoky mist that emanates from the blade and his hooded cloak. Pretty cool. And of course, like the Doom Weaver sword is pretty sweet. That's a nice item for a level 1 character. All in all, pretty good adventure for a low level or, burgeoning or inexperienced DCC GM or judge. Yeah, this one seems pretty cool. I love the artwork. Good guys over at Death Guaranteed Games. Well done. Peace out.